In this video, I'm going to show you how to place your exterior door handle on the rear doors of this Chevy Silverado. Both sides will be exactly the same process, so let's get started. There are two little covers that we have to remove, one here and one here, so we can access some hardware for the door panel. So I'm going to take a little pocket screwdriver and try to pop these up, just like that. And this one over here. There are now three 10mm bolts we have to remove. Let's start with this one. You should be able to get a socket and ratchet in here and break this free, remove it the rest of the way. And two more in here from the grab handle, also 10mm in size. I'm just going to speed up the process. Okay. Before you pull up on the door panel, pop this little clip off of the lock indicator and remove it. Now you should be able to grab the door panel in here and just pop it out of all of its retainers, just like so. Now you can slide it up. Don't go too far with it because we have wiring attached on the back side and some door handle cables, so let's get those off. Now getting this door handle cable unhooked is going to be the more challenging part here. I'm going to use some needle nose pliers. Come in like this, and there's two little tabs that you have to squeeze. And now the window switch. Just grab the connector, press on the tab, and slide it straight down. Someone has clearly already been in here because I have electrical tape holding up the vapor barrier. Yours should be glued onto the door panel, hopefully. Whatever's holding it up, try to peel it away so we can get access behind it. There should also be butyl tape on the sides. Careful with that. You don't want to get it on your clothes or in your hair. That'll be very difficult to get off. With these, I personally like to just get them completely out of the way so that they don't hang around here and get in my way. If you look inside the door, right on the door latch assembly, you'll see that yellow clip. We have to pop that off so we can remove that rod that's coming out of it. I'm going to choose to do this with a pick so I can get in here and kind of pry it apart. You're going to want to pick on the back side of where this slot is, right there, and kind of just pull it out like that. Okay. Open it up. See that little hook right there? That's exactly what we had to pick and unhook. Now you can grab the rod and just pull it straight out of there. There are now two bolts for the outer door handle. One is going to be right through here, so we have to pop this grommet off, and the other one is right in there. Both 10mm in size. Let's take them both out. Try not to drop these inside the door. Now from the outside, slide the forward part of the door handle out and then slide the whole thing forward. That should unlock it. And there's the door handle. Twist it to get it off of this door handle rod here. You can just take it completely out if you want. And we're going to have to reuse the rod. There we go. There's your door handle. Take your new door handle, get this rod right through. Make sure it's going the same way. Otherwise you'll have some issues lining it up. I put a little bit of silicone paste on it so that it would slide in a little bit easier because it already is kind of difficult to get these through here. It's a very snug fit. Okay, make sure it's all the way through and pivots smoothly. Take a rag and wipe off all of this debris here, just so the new seal has a good surface to seal on. You want to try to avoid as much water intrusion into the door as possible. Take your rod, slide it down, and then get the door handle lined back up. Once you get almost to its point where it wants to sit, press it in and then slide it backwards. It's got a hook right in the middle here that has to hook on. You'll kind of feel it fall into place, just like that. It should be secured in the center, just not on the outer parts where the bolts go. Now let's go back into the door and bolt it on. Let's get one bolt in. Doesn't matter where you start, but whatever bolt lines up first, get that tightened up. Get that second bolt started. Make sure it doesn't cross thread and snug it up. Now you can take this rod, slide it back into its retainer, make sure it's basically in its neutral position. If it's not lined up properly, you're gonna have to come back in here and readjust it so that the outer door handle, when you operate it, can actually operate this. So because it pushes down, you wanna make sure that it's pushed all the way up right before you clip it in. And now, click it in place. There we go. Don't forget to put this cap back on. Let's get the vapor barrier back on. If you can stick it back with its original butyl tape, go ahead and do that. Make sure all of your wires and cables that have to poke through are actually through here. And then if you can't stick it back with the original butyl tape, just use whatever other tape you have to hold it up. It's important that this goes back here for moisture and wind noise. Now bring in the door panel and we'll have to reconnect everything on the back side. Start with the window switch, click that wiring harness in. There we go. It's not coming back out, so it clicked. Now let's get the door latch cable hooked on. Slide the cable through this opening and then push the cable down until it clicks. That locks it in. Now bring the door panel up and over at the top. Make sure it sits into this window seal. Then line up the push clips that are all around here. Once they do line up, tap them in. As long as you have no gaps all around the edge, you're good to go. Reinstall the door lock indicator. Press it down until the clip lines up with the bottom of this bezel here. Press the clip in, and at this point, this should be perfectly lined up for the lock and unlock indication. Tighten it up. Once it bottoms out, just give it a little extra to snug it up. That's it, you don't want to break anything in here. And might as well cover up the hole at this point. There we go. And do the same to these over here. Let's cover this up as well. And there you have it. Door panel's back on and job is done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.